Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be doing my September book haul. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna show you Luna really quick. I'm really excited. I bought a lot of amazing books this month and I've just been keeping hold of them until I can share them with you at the end of the month, because I want to have all my books together so I can share them with you. So I don't really do like a book buying ban for myself, because I'm just trying to grow my library and I just want to buy as many books as I want so I can grow my library. So I don't really feel ashamed about buying these books, but I'm super excited to share them with you. So let's get right into it. The first book that I'm going to share with you is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. I bought this because I read Magnolia Parks and loved it. This is the second book. This is about Daisy and Christian, and in the first book they kind of had a friends with benefits relationship, I think, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in this book. I have really no clue what's going to happen, but if you heard some clatter, that was my oldest dog, Goldie. She's just laying down. But anyways, so that's all I really know, and I think he like hurt her and she's like mad at him and is like, okay, well, what are we gonna do now, kind of thing. So that's all I really know. I don't know that much about this book. I haven't looked up the synopsis yet, but I'm excited to read it and continue on with this series. The next book I grabbed was Blindside by Candy Steiner. She's having a huge sale in September. So, it's because she's getting married, which is so exciting. And so I bought a couple of her books. So this was one of them. I've yet to read this one. This is a fake relationship college football romance. And I'm super excited to read it. Gianna is like the journalism, reporter / media training. So she media trains all of the guys on the football team, and so she meets Clay, and he has just got out of a nasty breakup, and he is basically like, I want to try to win my girlfriend back, and she's like, I really like this guy, and so they kind of make this other guy, and so they make a pact where they'll be in a fake relationship to make the other people jealous, so they want to be with them, and of course it's not going to go to plan. So I'm really excited for this one. I've heard really amazing things about it, so I can't wait to read this one. The next one I want to share with you is Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is a small town romance, and our hero, he is a bull rider, and he was videotaped saying that he hates drinking milk, and a milk brand is one of the biggest brand deals that he has, and they found out, and so they don't want to be have him be like the ambassador of milk anymore for the brand, and so they hire our heroine to go in and watch over him and make sure he doesn't like say any more stuff about his other brands, but I think they kind of fall in love, and that's all I really know. And she is the daughter of like the PR guy, I think his PR guy or publicist. It's small town, I think, and cowboy. So I'm really excited to read this. I might do this for a small town reading vlog. So I can't wait to read this one. Okay, so the next two books are going to be kind of different books than I normally read. I wanted to get into some more nonfiction, and so I grabbed Empire of the Summer Moon. This is about a Native American tribe that I think not a lot of people know about. And I think it follows two stories. The first traces the rise and fall of the Comanches, the most powerful Indian tribe in American history. The second entails one of the most remarkable narratives ever to come out of the Old West. The epic saga of the pioneer woman Cynthia Ann Parker, who was kidnapped by Comanches as a 9-year-old girl, and her mixed blood son, Quana, who became the last and greatest chiefs of the Kamakis. So I've just heard really amazing things about this one as a great nonfiction read, and I'm just very intrigued by this book, and I'm excited to read it. The next one I picked up was A Woman of No Importance, the untold story of the American spy who helped win World War II. So this one is another nonfiction book, and it's about a woman who is a spy, an American spy, but she is, I think, is in Germany. At the time, she's a socialite, but she became the first Allied woman deployed behind enemy lines, and despite her prosthetic leg, helped to light the flame of the French resistance, revolutionizing secret warfare as we know it. So, somebody that I follow on YouTube here, who, she's like a family channel, but anyways, I really enjoy her content, and she read this and really loved it, so I'm excited to read it, and I want to read more nonfiction, so I think this is something that I'm going to really enjoy. The next book I got is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This is a small town neighbor slash grumpy slash sunshine romance. And it says Naomi Witt is on the run, not just from her fiance and a church full of well-wishers, but from her entire life. Although if you ask her, Naomi's riding to the rescue of her estranged hot mess of a twin, Tina, to knock him out. A rough around the edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Ooh, that sounds funny. There's a reason this bad boy barber doesn't get involved with high-maintenance women, especially not type A romantic ones. But since Naomi's life imploded right in front of him, the least Knox can do is help her out of her jam. And just as soon as she stops getting into a new trouble, he can leave her alone and go back to his quiet, solitary life. At least that's the plan. So I really want to read Lucy Score. She's coming out with a new book, I think soon-ish. And I've just heard a lot of great things about her as an author. And this is all over TikTok. So I was just like, what the heck? Let me give it a try. A couple of my friends read it and really enjoyed it. So I picked it up at Barnes & Noble, and I'm excited to read it. The next book that I picked up was Parallel by Elle O'Rourke. This is about this woman who is engaged, and she starts having these, or her whole life she's had this dream about this man, this mysterious man, that maybe she's in a relationship with, she doesn't know, and then one day she finally meets him in person, and they both have like no idea who the other person is, but they know they have this connection with each other, and that's all I really know about it. I kind of want to go in blind, and the hero is like, everything can be logical and explained by science, but he can't explain the heroine and a irresistible patient he's been seeing in dreams, one who knows nothing, knows things about him no one else does. So I think it's kind of time travel-y maybe, but I'm really excited to read this, and it's pretty short, so I could probably get through it in like a couple hours or a day. So I'm glad I picked this up, and I read Waking Olivia by Elizabeth O'Rourke and love that book, so I'm super excited for this one. Okay, so the next couple of books are a part of a series, and this series I had started binge reading this month, and you'll hear about it in my wrap-up, but I just absolutely love all of these books, and I'm so glad I picked up this author, and that's the Tattered and Torn series by Catherine Cowles. So I Tattered Stars, which is the first book, and this is our heroine. Her family are like believers in doomsday. When she was younger, she had to do all these survivalist like challenges like her father would force her to, but her father takes it a step too far when he kidnaps a young girl, and Everly is like, well, this is really bad and I have to do something about it. So she basically rats him out to the police, and the girl gets saved and she's okay, but everybody in her family hates her, and the town hates her family, so they think they hate her too. And so she goes away for years and years, and finally comes back and is staying back on back in her old house, and the chief of police, who was actually the older brother of the girl that was kidnapped, goes in to check who's staying at, you know, that old home, and he sees it's Everly, and he actually harbors a lot of blame towards Everly, but it's really unfounded. He really just blames himself because of what happened to his sister, because he was supposed to be watching her. Anyways, it's just an incredible book, and I absolutely love it so much. There's a lot of suspense in here. Somebody has been like stalking Everly, and like doing threats against her, and her family is kind of crazy and is very just wants to humiliate her and hurt her the way that she hurt them when she ratted out her father. So I just really love this book, and this series is so amazing. I highly recommend. And so I'm actually getting, I have these special covers, but I also want to get the other covers, like the original ones, because I think they're so pretty. So I'm gonna get both, which sounds kind of insane, but I just want to. So I'm gonna get both. But this is such a great series. Highly recommend. This one is about Addie and Beckett, and this is the third book in the series. And Addie was very she is Everly's cousin, and her father was very abusive towards her, and she finally got out of that situation, but she has never really been in society and like life and stuff, and so she is living on her own and trying to figure out her life now. And Beckett needs somewhere to move into, and Beckett is the oldest brother of the Edens. I think it's the Edens. No, it's not. Eastons. Oh my gosh. I am just not remembering stuff today. But anyways, so he needs somewhere to live, and so he's going to stay with Addie, because Addie's actually staying in the hero from the first book's house, because she really doesn't have any money right now because she just got into society again and blah blah blah. And so they kind of start this like friendship, and she has this list of things she wants to do and cross off that she's never done, like eat pizza and try different foods, and it's just such a fun book, and I absolutely loved it. And there's some suspense in this one, because of her family, especially her father is so creepy and just like follows her and terrorizes her, and Beckett just is so protective over her and wants her to be okay and just live the life she wants to live. And it's just such a great book. I absolutely love this one, and I think all of these covers are so gorgeous. So the next two books are the same book, but just different covers, and that's Shattered Sea by Catherine Cowles. This is the newest book in the Tattered and Torn series. This is the fourth book, and this follows Lakin. I haven't read this one yet, but I've heard that she was in a really bad accident and she lost her boyfriend at the time, and they were in love and very close, and now like in the present she suffers from chronic pain from the accident, and she owns a gallery, an art gallery, and I saw her in the book Hidden Waters, which was Addie's book, and I just loved her character. I thought she was amazing, and I think I don't really know what happens in this book, but oh, I think Bowden, the hero, is either a movie star or something, and he goes to this small town for a perfect escape, and he meets Lakin, and they have like a friendship first, and then they, you know, get into a relationship. So I'm really excited for this one. I've heard amazing things, and I just love this series so much. I knew I had to get this cover though because it's absolutely gorgeous. And then here's the other one, the original cover. I just think Catherine Cowles does an amazing job with small town romance covers. They're just incredible. So I'm super excited for those. And then I'm going to talk about Catherine Cowles even more because I got some books in one of her series, so I'll go through all of these. This one, Reckless Memories, is, I think, our heroine loses her twin sister, or her sister, and she falls in love with her dead sister's boyfriend, I think, and it's small town romance. This is the first in the series. I'm really excited to read this. I just love Catherine Cowles, so I can't wait to get into this series. And then this one, Wrecked Palace, says one night was all it took for everything to change, from college student to guardian in a single breath. My siblings became my world. No time for date nights or romantic dreams. I traded quiet weekends for sleepless nights, giving my all to make sure they were cared for. But Griffin had a brokenness that called to me, one that mirrored my own. So I think she has to take care of her siblings, because what I'm getting from this synopsis is that her parents passed away, and so she now has to take on the guardianship of her siblings, and the hero is kind of grumpy and I think helps her out maybe in this small town. I don't really know, but I'm really excited for this series. And then this next one, Reckless Refuge, is our heroine. I think her brother was a serial killer and killed her parents, and then he is in jail now, but he was like out to kill her too, and so she moves to this secluded small island to like get away and kind of focus on her art, I think. Or maybe plays an instrument. I can't remember. It's either the hero does art or he plays an instrument, and then the hero, it's the hero that does art, and the hero buys the island to do art there, and a serial killer did murders based on his art, and so he's really freaked out by that, and so he goes to this island to like kind of revitalize himself and work on his art. But yeah, I don't really remember much else about the synopsis, but I know people, that's their favorite in the series, so I'm really excited for that one. And then the next one is Beneath the Wreckage. And this one, I think maybe it's a friends to lovers one, I think. And I think there's some suspense in it. All of Catherine Cowles that I've read so far have suspense in it, and I've heard from other people's reviews that they have suspense aspects in them, so I'm very excited. The next book I want to share with you is Long Way Home, Magnolia Parks. This is the third book in the Magnolia Parks universe. This is Magnolia Parks and BJ's continuation of their story, and I just had to get this one, so I'm dying to read that. I kind of want to just skip Daisy Hates and go to that one, but whatever. And then the next one I want to share with you is I got the new A Quarter Silver Flames cover, the black one, and I'm so excited. I had to add this to my paperback collection, and I just love A Quarter of Silver Flames so much, and I wanted to get this one, and I pre-ordered this months ago, and then it finally came in, and I'm so excited to have this one. And then I knew I had to get 2 copies of Love on the Brain. I don't know if I shared this in my other wrap-up. I mean, not wrap-up, my other book haul. I honestly can't remember. But if I didn't, I got 2 copies of it because I pre-ordered one from Joseph the Joseph bookstore, where she was doing a signing there, and I got a signed copy, and then I just got one the day it released so I could read it, but now I have 2 copies. I don't know, I might do a giveaway. I'm not really sure what I want to do with those copies yet, but I'm glad I had that. And then I got Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This is a new release. This is a YA gothic romance novel, and I think she like has to kill someone or something. I'm not really sure, but I saw this everywhere, and the cover is so pretty. This is like the hardback. It has this, and then this in the back, and then this cool like purple paper, and I just think the cover is so pretty, and I just love like all the flowers and stuff, so I'm super excited for that one. And then I grabbed A Love Letter to Whiskey, the 5th anniversary edition, because it was $16. And this is normally like $35 on Amazon. And I was just so surprised that it was so cheap. And I was like, I have to get this. I love A Love Letter to Whiskey, and this includes the like sequel to it kind of, but it's from the hero's perspective, and I'm super excited to read this soon. And then I also grabbed Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. I don't know if I'm going to still read this. I've heard some mixed reviews on it. I know what the spoiler is because I was just like, I have to know what happens. But basically it's about this woman who is, her husband died and she's writing letters to somebody in prison, and that's all I know, or want to share. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am so excited to read all these books, but I gotta go now, so I'm gonna say goodbye, and you can say bye to Luna. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.